This wasn't your usual morning TV conversation. This was live TV fireworks. What happens when Tulsi Gabbard, a former congresswoman and soldier, sits down on The View and declares that enough is enough? Let's just say Joy Behar wasn't prepared. By the end, Joy wasn't just taken by surprise, but was left stuttering as Tulsi calmly broke down her arguments piece by piece. Trust me, you won't want to miss this one. At the very first moment Tulsi took the stage, you could feel the tension. This wasn't just another political guest segment. After the customary greetings, it was personal. Joy, in keeping with her typical approach, attempted to change the subject by asking a gentle question regarding impeachment investigations. But Tulsi wasn't amenable and cut her off before we could discuss that. I believe it's critical that we discuss something recent on this particular show. To correct the record, I was referred to as a traitor, a Russian asset, a Trojan horse, and even a helpful moron. Tulsi's speech went on unflinchingly. I am a patriot. I love this country. I've served it for nearly 2 decades. First as a soldier, then as a congresswoman. I took an oath to protect and defend the Constitution, and I have dedicated my life to that cause. Joy's smile froze, clearly not expecting this. The audience was eerily silent, and even Whoopi, who usually jumps in quickly, seemed caught off guard. Joy, who was obviously uncomfortable, attempted to interrupt. I was ready to inquire, but Tulsi hadn't finished. Joy, it's not only offensive when you and other guests on this show make unfounded charges, it's also dangerous because it compromises not only my integrity, but also the foundation of civil, political conversation.
And you've been skeptical more than a lot of the Democrats about the impeachment inquiry. Were you surprised by what he did yesterday?
Well, look, the facts are important, and we'll get to that. I want to start with something that I think is also important about facts. Because recently on your show here...
I was just going to get to that.
Good. Yeah. Helping you out.
You want me to ask you the question?
Yeah. No, look, some of you have accused me of being a traitor to my country, a Russian asset, a Trojan horse, or a useful idiot, I think was the term that you used. Which basically means that I'm naive or lack intelligence to know what's going on.
They use that.
I want to let your viewers know exactly who I am.
All right.
Set the record straight. I am a patriot. I love our country. I am a strong and intelligent woman of color, and I have dedicated almost my entire adult life to protecting the safety, security, and the freedom of all Americans in this country. It was the attacks on 9/11.
We're getting a little bit far ahead of ourselves.
But the topic of discussion then turned to Hillary Clinton, whose well-known remarks calling Tulsi a Russian asset had rekindled the matter. We even have the video where Whoopi tries to reclaim command of the section as the video played, echoing Hillary's remarks that she is the Russians' choice and that they are preparing her to run as a third-party candidate.
We actually have the clip of Hillary Clinton, just to put this in context of what we're talking about. Let's take a look at that.
I'm not making any predictions, but I think they've got their eye on somebody who's currently in the Democratic primary and are grooming her to be the third-party candidate. She's the favorite of the Russians. They have a bunch of, sites and bots and other ways of supporting her so far. And that's assuming Jill Stein will give it up, which she might not, because she's also a Russian asset.
Tulsi only shook her head when the camera returned to her. This is the type of talk, she stated, it feeds division, which is unfounded and, to be honest, disrespectful of someone who formerly held the nation's highest office.
You shot back at her, boy. You called her the queen of warmongers.
You doubled down, unfortunately, you doubled down on the baseless accusations that she made that strikes at the core of who I am. I'm a soldier. Because of the attacks on 9/11, I enlisted in the military to go after and defeat and destroy the evil that visited us on that day. I've served now for over 16 years, deployed twice to the Middle East during the height of the war, where every single day I saw firsthand the terribly high human cost. I mean, this is outrageous. This is outrageous and offensive on so many levels. I've served as a member of Congress now for almost 7 years, receiving high-level national security and intelligence briefings, serving on the Foreign Affairs Committee, the Armed Services Committee, the Homeland Security Committee, working to ensure the safety and security of the people of this country.
Joy, who was obviously upset, tried to divert attention. But don't you believe people have the right to wonder why you've been on some shows like Tucker Carlson's? Tulsi never skipped a beat. Let's discuss that I've used a variety of platforms, Joy having the opportunity to spread my message. Unlike some, I think it's better to stretch across the aisle and interact with those who might not share my beliefs, rather than preaching to the choir. The audience cheered. Isn't that what democracy is about? But Joy appeared as though she would prefer to be somewhere else.
I guess we're getting a little bit far ahead of ourselves, but Franklin Graham finds you refreshing. He doesn't find me refreshing. Richard Spencer, the white nationalist leader, says he could vote for you.
Joy, this is why
you're on
I'm
Tucker
here.
Carlson at least 10 times. Why don't you go on Chris Wallace's show?
This is why I'm here, because you and other people continue to spread these innuendos that have nothing to do with who I am.
Tulsi wasn't finished, though. These unfounded accusations are not just directed against me. They are an attempt to send a message that if you dare to question the existing quo or defy the party line, you will be attacked. That is not democracy. That is a smear campaign. Joy, who was trying to get back on track, replied, but Hillary was worried about foreign meddling. And as the episode came to an end, it was evident that Tulsi had made her point. Let's not hide behind foreign meddling. This isn't about Russia or bots. Rather, it's about controlling the narrative and stifling dissent. I won't put up with it. Joy, who was clearly shaken, attempted to make things better with a trite joke, but the harm had already been done.
It's offensive to me as a soldier, as an American, as a member of Congress, as a veteran, and frankly, as a woman, to be so demeaned in such a way.
But you called her the personification of rock.
So demeaned
She's a woman
in such a way. Well, I'm pointing to the fact that she has continued this legacy of being the world's police around the world, that has waged wars costing the lives of thousands of my brothers and sisters in uniform. I'm speaking out against that, and
What's
to
your evidence
change.
to that?
To change.
Well, can I?
Are you serious?
Let's hear it.
Are you serious?
Let's hear it.
I served in the war
Not
in
you,
Iraq.
her. You're saying that she's
exactly.
she's a
I
warmonger.
served
How do
in
you
the
come
war
up with
in
that?
Iraq.
Viewers praised Tulsi for standing her ground and calling out what many perceived to be a biased, one-sided media narrative, and the internet quickly went viral with clips of the confrontation. What do you think? Did Tulsi handle this like a pro, or did Joy have a point hidden somewhere in her deflections? Put your ideas in the Let's Start a Discourse in the comments section below. If you like this analysis, please remember to hit the notification and like and subscribe bell. There are many more sources from which this originated. Until the next time, remain informed, keep involved, and we'll see you then.